Morning, gang. It's Wednesday, the 16th of October 2019. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell here in Royal Berkshire, boys and girls. The new clock is up on the wall. Do you like that? I thought it was better for in here, to be honest, because it's a bit heavier than the other one. And up in the caravan, the walls are a little bit thin there, and I thought this wall would take it better. Although, not an easy job putting it up. Yes, indeed, lads. Once again, DIY Chris came to the rescue. Ha ha! I managed this time, not too bad this time, I managed to only drill one hole. How fantastic is that? Usually, after the sort of 8th or 9th or 10th attempt, I might have had a hole in the wall ready for this item to go up there. But yes, I've got it up there. It seems fairly stable. I wouldn't like to pull it too hard because I think the screw will come out of the wall. First of all, I started with one of those, it's not quite a screw, more like a bolt type thing, a bolt in a metal raw plug, which you're supposed to, put into this hole and then screw it up. So I did the screw and then I heard the back bit of it drop off down the cavity. So that didn't work. I searched around for another one of those, but I couldn't find one. So then I got a big plastic one. Have I still got it here? Oh, I might have it here. Hang on a minute. Let's see if it's here in the bin. Might still be here. Or did I take it downstairs? No, it's not here now. No, it was this like plastic raw plug with another plastic bit on the end. So I banged that in and that bent. So that didn't go in, so I pulled that out with a pair of pliers. Then I found a large raw plug, so I scraped open the hole a little bit more, then banged that in and put in quite a large chunky screw, and that appears to have held it. I think that looks fantastic up there. I'm really pleased with that, and as I say, I got that off eBay for less than half the price that they are. These new are like 170 quid. I wouldn't pay that for a clock. Nowhere near. And I got that for less than half on eBay than you would pay the correct price, on Google or something like that. So very, very pleased with that. It's quite a damp grey day today, boys and girls. Got things to do today. Got fairy lights to put all around my fence here. Yeah, I like fairy lights. My mate's had them for years. All around the top of his fence, he's got these little white lights that come on. Me, not to be outdone, I got the multicoloured ones. I got the multicoloured to prove that I'm not a racist person, boys and girls. So I've got blue ones, yellow, I got all the colours of the rainbow. Red and yellow and green and blue, purple and orange and green. Cyan? I don't know. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. So I've got that to do today. I've already put the wire through the wall. Yes, I'm sharing the same hole as my satellite dish cable. Yes, I'm very good at doing that now. Oh, I used to spend ages trying to get a piece of wire for a wall. Isn't it hard? Going from outside to inside, I'll be threading this wire, and you think, oh, it's going in now. And then you go on the other side of the wall, where's the wire? No, it disappeared into the cavity. Completely disappeared into the cavity. But now, what I do, and there is actually a use for metal coat hangers. Oh, yes. So I cut the bits off the coat hanger, a very, very thin piece of tape around the wire, and I push it through and it comes out the other end. Marvellous. So easy to do. So the wire's in the wall ready for me to install. Chris Reardon, DIY to the rescue, to install the fairy lights going all around the fence here in the garden. Of course, I've got a set to go all around the caravan as well when I go back up north, probably next week or the week after. I haven't decided yet. So things to do today. Then I've got to go to home base and get a couple of bags of earth. Out the front here, I've got these massive pots of lilies. And my mate's mum gave me a few years ago just a couple of pots of lilies. Only small pots. Well, I transplanted those into these great big, tub things. You wouldn't be able to lift them. Two people... I'll be honest, I don't think two people could lift these tubs. They're very heavy. Maybe if the earth was dry, but certainly not when they're wet. You'd have real trouble lifting them. Anyway, so I've transplanted those in those about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, they've just got more and more and more to the point now where there's too many in there. So we're going to have to get the pot, roll it over onto the grass bit, tip it up, and separate all the lilies. So I've got that to do today. As long as it doesn't stop, if it stops raining, I'm not going to do it in the rain. And that's it. So that's what I've got to do today. I had a lovely night last night. I met up with a dear friend of mine, David Rosen, he was a DJ. He used to work at the Black Cap. In fact, he was one of the people that selected me to take over someone else's job there when they left back in 1989 as a DJ. And I had the best time there, really. Wonderful, wonderful times there for, I suppose, for about the first 13 years. Then I kind of hung on, but I should have gone after that, really. But I hung on, really. But I had the most fantastic time working at this place. He was there way before me, and he was a DJ, probably, I would say, more successful than me, actually. He worked in Heaven, some of the other nightclubs in London. And he's the one I was telling you about yesterday. He was always gay from a young age, and then went over to Thailand and fell in love with a woman, brought her back, married her. Oh, someone sent £2.99. Thank you very much, Mr. Gregorian. A super chat pouring in there. Thank you very much. He's actually got his badge as well. That's a super chat badge, okay? Anyone who sends a super chat gets one of those, all right? A super chat badge. And he sent one some time ago now, actually it was. And I've sent all the super chat badges out in the post now. So thank you very much for another £2.99. Oh yes, thank you very much, Mr. SOS Gregorian. Very kind of you. Yes. So he, as I say, he met a lady over in Thailand when he was on a holiday. She was working behind the reception at the holiday. It was at the hotel that he was staying at. And he brought her back and married her, and they fell in love. He married her, and he's been there ever since. Now he's got his own family. It's wonderful, wonderful. And I meet up with him. I try and meet up with him now once a year, and we go to a little restaurant in Watford. I don't know if you know Watford, but once you've parked the car, parked in, what is it, the Gade car park, Gade car park. That's a funny place. It's kind of hidden from view. Yeah, you get to this car park. I can't find the car park anyway. And then there's a big sign that says Gade, but looks on the side of it. It looks like there's an arrow pointing that way, which is the weirdest thing. So you see this arrow, and then you go right round again because the car park isn't where the arrow is pointing. Very strange. I don't think it's an actual arrow. When I look at it, it's probably the design of the actual sign, but it looks like an arrow, so you go past it and right round all these houses again, which of course during the daytime would be an absolute blooming nightmare. With the traffic, what I would imagine is around the Watford area. Anyway, so I've come round again and I'm looking again. You see, there's like two entrances. There's like a private entrance, like a private car park, literally just before it. And then there's the entrance to this other place. Well, you look down the entrance to this car park and it's like a long corridor. It really is. It's like a very long, narrow road. And at the end of it, right, you can see a barrier that's down, which, that must be it. But beyond the barrier is this big gate, which is also closed. And I'm thinking, well, the car park doesn't look like it's open. But there was nothing to stop you going down the long, narrow entrance. And I thought, well, I can't see anywhere else to get in. I'll go down to the end and see what's what. So I've driven down this long, narrow thing, and I'm looking behind me. I thought, that's a long way to reverse back out again. And it's narrow, the slight turn either way. You're going to hit the blooming fence. And I got down the end, and there's two little machines that are lit up, and I thought, well, nothing says press here or anything. So I pushed this light, and then the ticket came out, and then lo and behold, this gate that is behind the barrier, you couldn't climb over it. Then there's an ending to this, which may come within this show or the next. Who knows? It's a long story, dear. Long story. Thank you for your messages coming in. I'll read those out in a moment, my friends. All right. So the ticket comes out, and then this gate behind the barrier opens like this, and you couldn't climb over it. It's top to bottom. It's like a prison. Seriously, it's like a prison. Right? And this gate opens like the doors on a bus, like that. It unfolds. It's like in 4 bits, I think. And this gate unfolds like that. and opens like that. And then when that's open, the barrier comes up and in you go. But if you didn't know, like I didn't, it looks like the car park is closed. So I drove round, and there, lo and behold, on the bottom level, there are parking spaces. How many times you have to drive round and round all the way to the top and then down again, especially in the hospital car park? Oh, they're the worst. The Royal Berkshire Hospital, that is the worst one. You go round and round, all the way to the top, no, then you come down again, and then you see a car in front of you, and there's a space, and you know you're not going to get that one. Don't you? Oh, horrendous. Anyway, so I parked the car. Got my ticket, and I saw people putting money in a ticket machine. I thought, all right, there's the ticket machine round there. And I walked out into Watford, what is Watford town centre. Dead as anything, hardly anyone around. There's all these bars, and there's a couple of nightclubs there, and lots of restaurants and shops and places like that. Barely anyone walking around. Really. Anyway, so I walked through there. I was a little bit early, and we met up at a place called Zinco, Zinco, Italian restaurant, you know, pizzas, that sort of thing. And I met up with my mate there, and we sat down at the table, and we had a good old chat, as we always do, you know, remembering old times. And I got my mobile phone out, looking at old pictures of the Black Cap, some even before I was there in 1989. I joined the place. Now, as I say, I was there for 18 years. He was there roughly about the same time as me, but before me. So, of course, he left before me to go off and DJ at Heaven nightclub, which is in London and whatever, where I ended up there as well a long time after him. And he got me in there, actually. He got me in Heaven. You had to be levered in there. You know, you couldn't go and say, have you got any DJing job? No, you would never get in. You had to be levered in there by other people. Anyway, I managed to get about 3 or 4 years in there out of that. I think, I can't remember now. And we had a good old chat, and that was it. And I said to him, that car park's a bit funny, isn't it? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, it looked like it was closed. There's the big gate on the front. He said, oh, yes, there's a sad story to that. I said, okay. He said, I'll tell you if you give me a lift. I'll tell you when you give me a lift home. So I gave, we had our meal. When we got to the end of the meal, we did notice that people were putting chairs away because we do chat. Oh, we're not like these millennials, dear. You know, we sit there in front of our dinner, you know, punching away at our mobile phone for the entire time of the dinner. No, the phones didn't go on other than to look at pictures of, sadly, old drag artists and people that have died over the year. Because, of course, the 1980s is when we had the big AIDS epidemic, and a lot of the people in those photos are dead. There was no cure, or well, there still isn't a cure, but there was no way of keeping the virus under control in those days. You know, you got it, you were dead. You know, some people quickly, some people long and drawn out, and some people didn't die from it. They had like a natural immunity to it. Not many, but there are a few around. So we talked about that, and then we went back to the car park. And he said, you know, you were saying about those gates, and I'm like, yes. He says, have a look around, and around the bottom part of the car park, the whole thing was like gated off, just like a prison. And I'm like, why? He said it's very sad, really. They had a lot of problems with homeless people in there. And they, of course, were sleeping in the car park, next to the cars, I suppose. Some, not all, some doing the drugs and the injections and whatever in this car park. And that's why they had to put all these barriers around. And literally, I mean, it does look like a prison in there. As we got back in the car, come round again, and again on the exit road, again a big gate there, which is closed, and the gate opens first, and then the barrier comes up, and you drive out, and it closes behind you. Incredibly sad, really, when you think about it, that they've had to do something like that, and incredibly sad, of course, that people have to sleep out in the streets. I mean, not a particularly warm place in the middle of the winter, would it be? A car park, it's all open, but I suppose better than sleeping in a shop doorway or something, or, you know, where you're going to get wet and that. At least you wouldn't get wet underneath something like that. But so cold. Terrible, really. Really terrible. But that was my night. And a lovely night meeting up with my mate, and I look forward again to next year. He's older than me, I'm pleased to tell you. He's in his 60s now, and we could tell you some stories about the Black Cap that I wouldn't dare mention on here. I wouldn't dare mention those stories on here. All right. So that was my night yesterday, and very, very nice it was too. Okay. Thank you very much, those of you that sent a couple of private emails this morning. And also, those of you that asked to be added to our bingo, because we're going to be playing bingo on Sunday, they have been actioned as well. Okay, so you have now been added to the system. I've got a lovely email here from Moostron, which I'd like to read to you. And then I'll read out your messages this morning. And Aaron is his name. He says, hi, Chris. So he asked for a raffle ticket there, which I've sent him. What's your raffle ticket today? I can't remember what I sent you now. I've got the number. It's in here anyway. We'll do some more raffle tickets later, okay? I know this is a long email, he says, for a raffle ticket, but I just wanted to say what a great show you have. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Whenever you get a little message like that, it's like taking an ecstasy tablet. Not that I've done one of those for 20 years, that is. It's like, when you get a little email like a thank you, it's so nice to receive something like that. Anyway, he says, my dog has recently passed away. He was 12 years old and my best pal. And a few months beforehand, he was getting slower and slower. I needed to take time in the mornings to get him sorted before I went out to work. I found your show and listened to it while sorting out the dog. It's just horrible seeing a pet deteriorate like that, isn't it? Yeah, and it's incredibly hard to... And I had this twice, actually. I had 3 cats over the years. The first one was Tiny. She was a gift from my son, actually, for my birthday. So this is like 30 odd years ago now. I can't remember the age. And her name was Tiny, and she was a lovely cat. And I had her for over 20 years. And then one day I noticed, this don't look right. You know, she was in her bed and she weren't moving, and the bed was soaking wet, absolutely soaking wet. This cat bed. And I picked the bed up, and with the cat in it, because she didn't want to be moved, and this water just poured out. Well, of course, it was her wee and her sweat. It absolutely poured out. Anyway, this went on for a few days, and I thought, I really don't want to take her into the vet, because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. And then I wish I had, and I'll tell you why. One Sunday morning, it was a Sunday afternoon, I think it was. One Sunday afternoon, I went into the kitchen, and she's there, laying on the kitchen floor. She was laying on the kitchen floor, shaped like that, having a fit. I thought, oh God. I never forget that. It's awful, awful. So I was straight on the phone to the vet, who pointed out, of course, one of the first things the vets pointed out was the fact that it was a Sunday, therefore it was dearer to bring her in. Plus, the vet was on his lunch break, so that was going to be even dearer. But when you're in that situation, what do you do? Well, wait an hour. No, you want that cat looked at as quickly as possible, so she's out of the pain. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Okay, bring her straight in, please, and we'll be ready for you. Okay, now, so apart from the money side of it, so I jumped in the car with the cat in its basket, took her straight down to the vets, and literally, as I walked in, they knew that it was, I don't know how they knew, but probably the look of worry on my face, I suppose. I walked in with this, with Tiny in her basket, and immediately, a doctor who was waiting behind reception came out, okay, we'll take her for you now. Immediately, straight out of my hands and into the back, and then told me, and then after a period of time, came out, would you like to come in? And there was like a little office, so I went in the office, said, well, she's very, very dehydrated, this, that and the other. We can try and rehydrate her, but she will suffer if we try and rehydrate her, this, that and the other. Okay, what would you do? I asked him, so he told me, and I went along with that. So that was the first one. The second cat I had was that was my mate's cat that I took on, and she was found one day without her head. Round the back of here, a dog had got her. Unfortunately. So that was, I'll be honest with you, that was an easier thing. It was easier because dogs attacking cats, that to me is like a natural thing, So yes, very upsetting, but better than seeing a cat die. Presumably that would have been quite a quick, awful way to go though. having your head bit off by a dog, dreadful. And the third one was, of course, my mum's cat, Katie. And when my mum died in 2000, I took her on. And again, she was with us about 17 years, I think, Katie the cat. And she was a very good friend of mine. And then towards the end, she lost her sight. But I didn't know she had lost her sight. She kept just walking around in circles all the time. And she completely lost control of her poo and all that. And, I would come in sometimes and the floor would be covered. Absolutely covered. So then I started putting down newspapers and restricting her. I mean, I don't know what sort of life she had. She just would poo and walk round and round. And I would come in from work sometimes. Oh my God, that I cannot tell you the smell. I can't tell you the smell. It was just awful. Awful. And then eventually I took her into the vets and I don't think I knew what to do. And the vet told me that she'd gone blind, and I didn't know. Well, that's now why she's walking around in circles. When I was giving her the food, she wasn't going towards it until I literally picked her up and pushed her towards it and put her head by the food. But just awful. So it's awful when you lose a pet. And Aaron, I know exactly how you feel. I really do. He says, your show has been a great comfort to me since the dog passed away, as the house is so quiet in the mornings. I know. No one to feed. No one to feed. And how many times did you get fed up when that dog's back? Where's my food? Same with the cats. About their food, don't they? Or meow with the cats. But when they're gone, my God, it's just awful. I used to get home here. And I'd be walking down my little path towards the house and 3 cats would come out and meet me. Literally. They'd come running. The one who had her head bit off, her name was JD. She'd be the noisiest one. Meow, 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 as I was walking down the path, and the other 2 would follow her out. And one by one, they're gone. He says, the house is so quiet in the mornings without him, and watching the show helps fill that gap. It's a big gap. He was a 35-kilogram boxer. I don't know what 35 kilograms. What is that? 35 kilograms. Well, I think I'm about 85. So, yeah. So, thank you once again for your show. And that's from Aaron. So, thank you very much, Aaron. And that's a lovely message to receive something like that. Thank you very much. All right. Okie doke. Let's read some of your messages this morning. I've got Itchy Earhole. Itchy Earhole this morning. Let's see what you're saying this morning. Good morning to Mr. Mark Bowles. Morning, Mark. Morning, young Mark. Welcome to the show. Gary Butler's there. Morning, Gary. Hello to you. Thank you for your very amusing post this morning on my wall. Hello to Tommy Flynn. Morning, Tommy. Jason Hughes. Joanna Evola. Hello, Joanna. Joanna, have you sent me your address yet, darling, for your Super Chat badge? I don't think you have. I think there's only about 3 people now who haven't sent me their address in. So if you want your little Super Chat badge, Joanna, just send me your postal address to this email address. Okay, private email to me. Send me your postal address to there, and I'll put one in the post for you today, okay? Another one went off yesterday. Who did I send over yesterday? Lee, I think it was Lee's I sent off yesterday. Or was he Lee the bingo winner? I can never remember. So many prizes going out here, left, right and centre here. You know, I've got no money for food anymore. It's all spent on your blooming bingo prizes. All right, Joanna, that's if you want one. If not, that's fine as well, my darling. But if you do, send your postal address to that email. All right, my love? Good morning to Sean Pye. Good morning, Sean. Gareth Loxton in the house. 3 internet are having problems again today. Where are you again, Gareth? Is that all over? Do you know what I think it is? I think it's they're putting on all this other 5G equipment. And I think that's what's affecting their 4G broadband. As here, where I am here, I'm on Virgin Media here in Bracknell, and it's a cable. I rarely have a problem with it. I mean, if I could have Virgin Media up at the caravan, I'd have it there as well. Incidentally, I do believe Virgin Media have dropped their prices for the first time ever, and it's about blooming time too. Because there's a lot of competition out there now. Vodafone were undercutting them very substantially, and I think they're now $17.99 a month if you haven't signed up with them. So that might be worth having a look at, anyone who's looking for broadband at the moment, boys and girls. The Virgin broadband I've had for years is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You only need the 100 meg. You don't need any more than 100. I've only got 100 meg. I did have 350. Why? I don't know. I was paying for something I didn't need, but 100 meg, that's all you need, okay, on the Virgin Media. Good morning, Adrian Richardson, Diane Jebb, Michael Pullman, Mike Rees-Pondo, Robert Dexter. It's that time already. We're a bit late this morning, a little bit later than we usually are. Stephen Petty, good morning, Stephen, who's in Lincoln today. Stamp End bad flooding, really? Oh dear, I don't know where Stamp End is, to be honest. Is that near where my caravan is at Chapel Hill? I'm on the Witham. The Witham's up, not today, but where my caravan is, it's up in Witham. A Lincolnshire television studio complex is just literally next to the River Witham. So I hope it don't come that way. I can see my caravan floating past me down here in Bracknell. Morning to Tony King. Hello to Carol and Dave. You've been added to the bingo, my darlings. All right. Adam the Plumber's there. Hello. Sean Riches is closest to the television broadcast centre today. The Memorable Studio. Oh, he's in Newbury. That's not. Well, that's not that close, Newbury. Newbury's actually not that close to me. He says, all I have to do is open the Premier Inn window and I can hear the show coming in. Newbury is not that close to where I am. I think it's about... isn't that more Oxford, Newbury? Is there a big roundabout there with a BP garage on it? I think that's Newbury. I can't remember exactly where it is now, to be honest. Sean... excellent. Sean has received the badge yesterday and signed photo of you laying on that artificial sheepskin rug in front of the fire in a small pair of white pants. I wish I could get into a small pair of white pants. Oh, I went to see the doctor yesterday. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I had an MOT, which apparently is offered to a lot of people over the age of 40. That's what she said to me. There she is sitting in there, weren't she? So nurse, went to see the nurse, not the doctor, the nurse. Nurse's office. Yeah, open the door, and there it is sitting there. Little skinny blonde thing it was, about 10 years old. Hello, sir. I'll tell you about that in a minute anyway. Blooming cheeky cow. Nearly slapped her. It's outrageous what she said to me. Absolutely outrageous. Jason. Who would have thought it? Barry Manilow under a clock. Clock, dear. You've missed the L out there, my love. Clock. And I love this. I'm so pleased with this clock, I tell you. So pleased. The old one, here it is. No, we're not giving it away. Here's the old one, there it is. That'll be going up to Lincolnshire and going on the wall there. That was a present from my mate. Just a random present he bought me one day. They're great, aren't they? But these are not cheap. These are you can get these between 50 and 150 quid. Literally, depending on where you buy it. I don't know why the price difference is so much. I mean, I really don't. It's outrageous. A very good morning to Fran Green. Good morning, Fran. That's a lovely name, Fran. I had a nurse. I think she retired a couple of years ago. Who used to look up after me. Twice a year I have to go up to the Royal Free Hospital to have some stuff done or checked. Not so much done, checked. And she was one of the nurses. Not more than a nurse, but not a. I think she was on. What do you call it? Where they try new things out. You know, where they try new stuff out. And I volunteered a couple of times to have new stuff tried out on the little thing that I've got. I can't remember what they call that now. Investigations? I can't remember. Anyway, we had a Fran up there. That's not you, is it, by any chance, Fran Green? I'm sure it isn't. No, she's retired now anyway. Good morning, Fran Green. Mark Bowles has also received his badge today. Excellent, excellent. My photo is different. It was Chris, all in the buff over a car bonnet. You wish. Yeah, you wish. I wouldn't be sending you that anyway. Your wife would be straight round here, kick the hell out of me, wouldn't she? Huh? Can you could you do a photo of yourself, please, Mark? You know, yourself in a pair of like Speedo type underpants with it just pinned to the left hand side. Don't put it in the middle because we want to see what you got on offer. You know. Thank you, Mark. Hello to Ross Patzelts. Can you help me? I have to do a job that I've never done before. One of my strip light bulbs has gone in the garage. Has anyone changed one before? And is it just a case of... But then the message stops. That must have come over from Facebook. You see, this is the problem with the messages coming from Facebook to YouTube. That's one of the reasons why we're trying to move everyone over to YouTube. I don't get the whole message. It just stops there. Strip lights are very easy to change. Very easy. You take the plastic, what's that called? Diffuser. you take the diffuser off, okay? You take the diffuser off, and then the long light in there, you twist it. You twist it like a quarter of a twist, and then it should just come out, because there's like 2 pins there, right? And they're kind of locked in like that. And when you twist them, you'll see that the 2 pins line up with these 2 little bits like that, and you just pull it out. You put the other one in, lining up the 2 little pins like that, up like that, and twist it round, and that will hold it in, and then it will illuminate. And once again, the sun will shine down upon you, just like the Lord provides us with most days, but not today, unfortunately. No sun today. No sun today. Good morning to DJRS. Good morning, Roy Brownlow. His photo and badge have arrived, covering nasty stain on the fridge door. Thank you very much. Good morning, Michael Lawrence. His badge came yesterday as well. You see, we don't muck around with these prizes. Oh no! As soon as you've won them, they go straight out in a little envelope. I'm gonna let you into a secret here, right? So the badges, the super chat badges, these, okay? Now, anyone who sends a super chat in gets one of these. You can only do it on YouTube. It's the little $ that's in the bottom left-hand corner of the chat box. Click that. That's a super chat. You can send one of these, and I'll send you one of these by return, right? Of course, they've got a pin on the back, being they were a badge, right? And I didn't think of it first, so I've got all these things lined up. As soon as I get a super chat thing in, and then as soon as I finish the show, I do it then. That's when I do it, right? So I've put all these in envelopes, put a little bit of paper around them, as you well know, okay, and a photo in there. And I'm putting these and all the stamps on there, and writing out the addresses on there. Took them down the post box, first lot, and the second lot as well. And then it suddenly occurred to me, because the post office are a bit funny about thick letters, aren't they? A thick letter is not a letter that you receive in the post that doesn't make sense. That is not a thick letter. Thick letters, right? And it suddenly occurred to me, maybe the first class stamp isn't enough, because I don't think that letter would fit through that little slot that they've got in the post office. And I thought, well, it's too late now. I've sent about 20 of the blooming things off. But it would appear that what I could see was people who were getting little cards through the door saying, hello, post office, we've got something for you to collect. There's an extra 75 pence payment for you to make because there wasn't enough postage on it. But it doesn't seem that that's happened, so I'm pleased about that. It'd be good. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Me sending something off and you actually having to pay to receive it through the post. But there we are. All right, so I'm glad your badges have come. Ross says it's raining here on his day off. Wanted to go for a long walk today to the new retro arcade in Norwich City Centre. It's amazing. All original arcade games like Space, and then the message stops again. I think you get about two lines that come via the Facebook. I don't have both chat signs up anymore. I only have the YouTube one up. You must come over to YouTube, Ross. You must. YouTube.com/Chris Wynn UK. All right, come over there, hit the subscription button and the little bell, and you'll get a little ping exactly as you do on Facebook, because we're leaving Facebook soon. In fact, just a reminder, gang, our bingo show on Sunday, and indeed next Monday's raffle, will only be on YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Wynn UK. Make sure you subscribe to that so you are able to join us. It won't be on Facebook. I put a link on Facebook, but a link on Facebook doesn't create a little ping on Facebook, yeah? But if you've got signed up to YouTube and you've got the notifications, you will get that ping, all right? Sean Pine, Mike Bowles, my picture was him in the buff. His tackle looks like a little sleeping dormouse. I don't think so, mate. I tell you what, Sean, you send me your phone number and I'll send you a picture. All right. Do you want it asleep or very, very awake? Which picture do you want? Very awake and excited or asleep? Which one do you want? Mike Reese Ponto, can I have a badge if I send 50p? You send whatever you want. I don't care what it is. 50p, 500 quid, £10,000, whatever it is, super chatters, receive a badge. Usually at my expense. Whatever it is, doesn't make any difference. All right, my friend. Hello to the lovely Benjamin Brown. Good morning, Benji. Nice to see you. He's a very good singer. he turns up at the karaoke something. I think he does singing as well as a part of his one of the things he does. So good morning, Benjamin. Hello to Heidi Oliver, who's watching me in Shepherd's Bush Job Centre. Oh, you're after a job, Heidi? Morning to you, my darling. Oh, I hope you put me on all the screens in there. We need more viewers and subscriptions. We need more. Desperate. Things are desperate here. There's only about 2 people watching. I think it's the same 2 people who've got different names and are typing these messages. Morning to Mikey Allen. Good morning, Mikey. Welcome to our show. Hello to Rachel Wheatland. Rachel, I know. Shall we keep it as our little secret for now, Rachel, until the end of the show? All I will say, Rachel, is I already know. Okay? I already know. No need to tell me. I already know. It's, as a teacher once said to me. Yeah, Heidi used to come to Heaven, where I was DJing now. It was all right, that job. It was all right. I was disappointed when it went. It was mucked up by someone else. It wasn't my fault, but it all went a bit wrong in there. Roy the Boy, good morning. Roy the Boy has also received the badge and photo. That's quick, isn't it, Roy? I think I posted yours yesterday, didn't I, Roy the Boy? I'm sure yours was only posted yesterday. That was very quick. People talking to each other there. Let's have a look at Ray Reynolds loves the new clock. Thank you, Ray. I'm so pleased with this, Ray. Really, really pleased with that clock. Thank you, Ray. I'm glad you like it as well. Tommy Flynn, did David Rosen work for Iceland for a while? No. You're thinking of Lily Lemon. Lily Lemon, who I believe does still work for Iceland. David Rosen stopped the DJ, and that's who I met up with yesterday. And as I say, met that girl. He finished the DJing and became a minicab driver. And that's what he's doing now. I was saying to him yesterday, because he's 61, I said, will you be retiring? He said, Chris, I'll be absolutely honest. He said, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to retire. Because he didn't do a private pension or anything. And of course, he's got a family. I don't think he's got much savings in the bank. He just lives 1 week to the next, like a lot of people do. But he was saying to me that he doesn't think he'll ever retire, which I think is a great shame. I think everyone deserves to retire. I mean, if I retired, I only do 3 nights a week now, but if I retired, it's not like I would sit there and just watch the telly all the time. Probably do more of this stuff. I've always got stuff to do, whether it's in the garden or Chris Reardon DIY, This shelf's looking a bit dodgy today, I must say. I'm no good at it. Actually, I should be in contact with my sister's husband a lot more. He would be able to teach me DIY and what to do. Yeah, probably the thing to do with that yesterday was when I realised I'd run out of those metal things, rather than go in my toolbox and have a dig around and, that might do. That's what I'm like, you see. The proper lads on here are probably laughing their heads off. That's what I do. I look in my toolbox. That's not the right thing, but let's try that, and I'll do that. Rather than go down to B&Q or whatever and get the correct item and tool to go with it. No, just hammer in that plastic. That kind of hold's all right. If you pulled that hard, it would probably come back down again. I'm sure it would. I don't want to smash that, because I wouldn't pay 150, 160, 175 £175 I've seen those for. Massive clocks they are. I think they're actually for people with dementia. So that'll suit probably most of you watching the show today. All right. No, Heidi, don't you be sending me a super chat. You haven't got money to spare, darling. Don't you? I know how poor you are, darling. Not poor, but, with money. So don't you dare send me a super chat, Heidi. Okay. But the super chat is on the YouTube. Heidi, can you see the chat box? Are you on YouTube? You are on YouTube. Can you see in the bottom left-hand corner is like a little $sign? That's a super chat. You click that, and then a little box comes up and tells you what to do. Anything from sort of, I think, £1 or $1.99 to upwards of thousands, I think, if you want. I haven't had thousands yet from anyone. Very disappointed. Here I sit, just a few £1,000. That's all I ask. If there's anyone like, I was going to say George Michael then, but of course he's gone, bless his soul. Elton John or someone like that might be watching. Barry Manilow, possibly. £500,000 wouldn't go amiss. I might upgrade from a webcam to a normal camera then, even. God's sake. All right. Morning to John Aitken. Good morning to you. Rachel, we're talking about that man's doggy. Yeah, poor little doggy. There we are. People talking. Let's have a look. Good morning to Fun Things to Do with Tech. Hello to you. Ross, Can you open the Chris Reardon Museum where all old things from behind you on the show are displayed in a gallery for future generations to see and view? Well, there's all sorts of old bits in here. I've got, over there, and these things behind me I change now and again when I can be bothered. I hope you like this sign. You probably haven't seen that sign yet, Ross. My mate got me that. I'm not quite sure where that came from. He saw it somewhere and got me that. Tea revives you. But we'll change that again soon, Excuse me. Carol and Dave received our badge and picture. Did you receive our picture? Was it just a picture? You weren't in the picture, was you? It was just a picture of the fridge, wasn't it? If I remember rightly, I didn't see you in the picture, unless that didn't come through. Let me have another look. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look at that. Did I miss something on that picture? Let's have a look. Bum bum. There we are. Carol, MC, and Dave. Because you were asking about your the bingo. Oh, I just sent you a bingo thing. Was that a different email? There we are. Carol, MC, and Dave. There it is. There it is. Yeah, you're not in the picture. It's just a thumb, isn't it? Just a thumb up like that, so I can see that. What is it actually on your fridge? Very clean fridge you've got, dear. I must say. What a clean house. I wish my fridge has got a few dirty finger marks over it. And a little bit of sort of dribble down it where something's been left on top. I can't be doing cleaning, dear. I mean, it's not a filthy, disgusting place, but I'm sure it's nowhere near as clean as the picture of your fridge door. Eh? Very clean. I bet you're cleaning all the time, Carol, aren't you? Tony King, good morning, Tony. Loves the new clock, thank you. Hello to Ian Days, DIY and shoe repairs. I do shoe repairs as well, as you know. Although the other shoes have been dumped now. I chucked them away last week it was. Mark loves the clock as well. Thank you, Mark. With an L. Clock with an L. Morning to Paul and Lou. Morning, Paul and Lou. Ross, thing with DIY wives and kids and boyfriends assume you know how to fix things. But I rented for years, so never had to do any DIY. So anything I try or attempt, I research first or ask my dad for help. My dad, I mean, I don't think my dad was particularly good at DIY either, actually. But some people, like my sister's husband, they just watch a YouTube video and then they do it. I don't find it that easy. But we all do our own thing, I believe everyone is good at something. You just need to find what that is. I mean, I can't play football. You would laugh if you saw me playing football. Or I don't think I could run around the pitch now anyway. DIY is not my thing. Art, painting, drawing, not my thing. I talk a bit. Just a bit. So you need to find your thing, whatever that is. John needs to get a man in for do. You're right. Tony King, sorry to hear you had to part with the trainers. Yeah, it killed me as well. I was very, very upset about that. Sean Pye sends yet another £2 in. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. By the way, now that we've sent all those badges out, if you want another one, and you send another super chat in, you can add, that is fine. Just send me your post address. You don't have to have one. If you don't want, then simply don't send in your postal address. But if you do send a super chat in and you want another one, then email me again with your postal address and I'll send you a second one, all right? Why stop at you? Have one for the whole family. There we are, okay? Thank you, Sean, for your £2 this morning. Very kind. Mikey Mike, would anyone like to subscribe to my channel? Mikey Mike is trying to get up to 100 subscribers, so there's a new YouTube channel for you to have a look at. Mikey Mike has just started off. I haven't watched his shows yet, to be honest. Have you done any shows yet, Mikey Mike? I have subscribed. I haven't received a notification or anything from you. Maybe you haven't started yet. I don't know. But there we are. Mikey Mike has got a new YouTube channel as well, so give him a go as well. Let him have a little go. Oh, Benjamin Brown sends me little love hearts. Oh, Benji, thank you, love hearts. If you come up to me, I'll give you more than a love heart, darling. I'll give you a proper kiss, with tongues as well if you want, in front of all your friends and your mum. There you go. There's an offer you can't refuse, isn't it? Hello to Big Joe. Good morning, Big Joe. Adrian's been over to the BBC television studios in Shepherd's Bush. Oh, they're not studios, Adrian. A sad former shadow of what they used to be. BBC Television Centre turned into flats, for God's sake. Where did they go? Up to Manchester. Not nice Manchester. Salford. A dangerous place, dear. TV studios. It's more like a little back room that they've got there now, isn't it? Anyway, Adrian's been at the BBC Television studios. Not for the... So... not the National Lottery 25 anniversary show was actually quite good, so might be on TV again. Oh, have they got a wide angle lens now then, Adrian, have they? Is that right, mate? They put them a right wide angle lens, so you're going to be on there now, are you? Congratulations. We'll look out for you, Adrian. Will you be waving like that at us? Can you mention my name while you're there? They probably all know me at the BBC anyway. They're always watching this show for new ideas. I'm sure they are. Sean doesn't want a badge. Can you send it to Heidi? I'm pleased to do that, Sean. Heidi, email me your postal address and I will send you a badge. All right, Heidi? Email me your postal address. Sean has bought you a badge. Wow. Sean, you're a nice person. You're a nice person. To do that for someone else is a very, very nice thing to do. All right, so thank you, Sean, on behalf of Heidi, and I'm sure she'll thank you as well. She may. Sometimes she's on and off. I think she was at a job centre, so she may not still be here. But if she doesn't send me the post address, remind us again when she's on, Sean, and because I don't know where she lives. I think she's somewhere in Fulham, I believe, although she might be moving, I believe. I'm sure she said something. She might be moving or something. I can't remember now. Roy the Boy sent a sticker to the USA. I put the sender's address on the back and it was posted to me today. Oh, they're not paying attention at the post office at the moment, are they, dear? Shocking. Morning to Ben Rolfe. Morning, Ben. I was flicking through your old videos and noticed you had a jingle back when you first started. Would it be something you would ever bring back? Love the blazer. This is my favourite. This was not dear. 20 quid. Amazon. Love this. This is my favourite jacket of all time. My cloud jacket. It's nice and bright, isn't it? Bright and breezy. What was the jingle? What did it sound like? Was there any singing on it? Because there's been quite a few different bits of music over the years, to be honest. So what was the jingle? Can you tell me what it was, Ben? All right. And Ben, what did I do for you yesterday? Added to the bingo. You're added to the bingo for Sunday night, okay? The bingo on Sunday night will be somewhere between 8 and 10 o'clock, just to let you know. And I've got a lovely little prize. Really, really nice. I've only got 10 of them, okay? So we're only going to run that for 10 weeks and see how that goes. All right, I've got 10 bingo prizes. They'll be the same every week. Unless you don't want this particular item, in which case, I suppose you could have a couple of fridge magnets instead. Oh, by the way, Mark Bowles, something has made its way up to the studio today. I'm not going to do them today. Here's a clue, Mark. Here's a clue. You ready? Okay, there's a clue. Actually, there's one miss. These are not all of them. There must be some. I don't know. I think I've put the coins away somewhere else. Oh, my Lord. I wonder where they are now, then. I had some more coins somewhere, but I've got the coins here. But then there seems to be some missing. No one else has been in there. I don't know what I've done with them, but they're ready next to me for when we have a few moments. Not today though, because we're quite busy on the show today. All right, John, you need some antibacterial spray or wipes for cleaning, quick or easy. I've got those wipes. Yeah, I've actually got those wipes. They're all right. Did you know they contain plastic? Yeah. Like the moistened toilet tissues. There's plastic in those. And when you think about it, it does make sense. Otherwise, your fingers will go, oh, God, they'll go straight through the... Oh, God. Isn't that awful? Not so much when you're older, because you learn, to use several layers, folded over or scrunched, don't you, when your fingers go through the toilet paper. And if you've got long nails, it's even worse. Is my nephew still with us? Nephew, could you tell your wife that I have at last cut my toenails? She was going on about me. She thought my toenails were disgusting last week when we were on holiday at Avon Holidays. When did she say? Oh, well, we were in the swimming pool, of course. She said, well, look at your nails. They're disgusting. Mark only managed 14 lengths in the pool yesterday after the gym. Well, I expect you were tired after the gym. Don't do yourself in at that. Mark, 14 lengths is better than no lengths. Absolutely. If you go swimming every day and you do, 30 lengths or whatever, and you'll build up to that. 30. And then one week you'll go in, and after 10 lengths, you'll be absolutely shattered. That's just how it is. But you have been swimming, and done 14 lengths. So don't beat yourself up about that. I said to that nurse yesterday, I go swimming about 4 times a week, 50 lengths a time. She said, that's very, very good. She said they advise, exercise-wise, 20 minutes a day, I think it's every day. So if I'm doing like almost an hour 4 times a week, I'm well over that. But I would like to introduce some more walking into my exercise thing. I'd like to go out for a walk about an hour a day, to be honest. I would like to find time to do that, I would. Ross, Donna's granddad built his own house. Oh, wow. And he's amazing with DIY and build lots of woodwork. But he said to me he just taught himself. Well, some people can, Ross. Some people can, some people can't. I can't. Other people would say to you there's no such word as can't. There is. You know, if you're one of those people who is lucky enough to be able to do anything, then great for you. But not everyone can. Just because you can do anything doesn't mean other people can do anything. And there are people who think they can do anything, who when you watch them doing it, you think, no, you can't do that, mate. And they think they can. So there is that as well. John says, I can talk for England. No, the United Kingdom, darling. We are all one happy family at the moment, unless the poison Scottish dwarf gets her way. What's her name? Nicola Sturgeon. And she's tiny. How does she ever get into a cab? She's like this, dear, when she's in Parliament. You know, she can barely get her head over the table, can't she? Mike is learning to use OBS. Okay, so you've not done any shows yet. Excellent. Okay, it's quite an easy thing to learn once you've got it going. It really is. If you need any help, just send us a little email, okay? Matthew Van. Good morning, Matthew. Not done the tickets yet, Matthew. Please don't ask for the tickets before we start, otherwise that'll get really confusing, all right? Benjamin Bound. At the end of the month, I shall come and see you. All right, we'll bring a little night bag with you, Benji. Okay, because you don't want to go home walking through the streets of London at that time of night. You know, if you come on a Monday, it'll be the caravan probably. If you come on a Friday, it'll be back at the house. So take your pick whichever night you want to come. Don't forget your little your little bag. Your overnight. It's an overnight bag, isn't it? They're called overnight little satchels of bits and pieces in there. Ross, there are still some studios at TV. Yeah, I know there's still some studios at TV Centre. I know, but it's nothing like what they had there. What do they go? They do this morning from there while the South Bank is being refitted. No, I don't think the South Bank is going ahead. I heard that they changed their minds. Do a bit of research on that, Ross. Are you talking about the old London Weekend Television, the Tower? I don't think that's happening. I'm sure I saw somewhere some months ago now that ITV had decided not to refit that place and they were going to sell it instead. I don't think that's happening. Have a look around, Ross, and see what you can find there, all right? John said the BBC is just around the corner from my house in Shepherd's Bush. So John's in Shepherd's Bush. You'll know when John's on Shepherd. When the sun comes out, he rushes onto that bit of green with everyone else, don't you? The only bit of grass in Shepherd's Bush in the middle of a bloody roundabout. It's awful. Just awful. Paul and Lou like the clock as well, thank you. Mike Reese-Ponto, I see your little photo. I noticed you there. All right, Rachel. Don't forget. I know already. I know, Rachel. She's getting very excited now. Fran thinks that's a lovely thing for Sean to do. Yes, it is indeed. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I can send... Heidi has obviously disappeared, so I think she's on my Facebook. Let me have a look at this. Oh, Tom Edwards is with us this morning. Good morning, Tom. All right, Tom. Nice to see you, darling. Hi, there she is, Heidi. Let me just send Heidi a message. John Pye has bought you a badge. What's your address for me to send, please? There we are. Okay. Right, there we are. There's Tom there. Tom Edwards says, I'm with you this morning. Makeup for Mr. Reardon, please. He reckons I need some makeup. Tom was one of the continuity announcers. He was all over the place, actually. We know him from Thames, HTV, Anglia, Central. He did the talk over, the beginning of years ago, before TVAM, when they had the long intro. There's similar thing to what I do. That's where I got the idea from, to be honest. The opening thing, just before the TV channel came on, he did the talk over for the Central one. This is Central Television, providing your programmes on the Midlands area transmitters of the Independent Broadcasting Authority, although slightly camper than me, to be honest. Morning, Tom. Nice to have you with us this morning, all right? DJRS, am I on the bingo list? Well, I don't know. I can't remember all these things, dear. Roy has this thing of asking for things ages after you've done them and expecting that you remember them. God's sake, man. Why can't you pay full attention to the show? Then you'd know what was going on, dear. Joe, can you add me to the bingo? Joe, you need to send me an email to be added to the bingo, okay? Because I need your email address to be able to do that. There's the email address. If you want to be added to the bingo for Sunday night, send me your email address to that email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I'll add you to the list, all right? And I'll reply to your email as well when it's done. Sometimes, don't always expect an instant reply. Sometimes, 24 hours later. It just depends when I can fit it all in. All right? Adrian has lost 12 kilograms. Here we go. Snowflake time. Here we go. Snowflake time, boys and girls. Do we have a troll in here? I don't know. Do we? I'll have a look in a minute. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about trolls. Just ignore them. They go away eventually when you realise they're not getting attention. Where are we now? Now, where was I going now? How dare you? Forgot I lost 12. Here we are. Snowflake time. Adrian's going all snowflake now. So I'll have to do the snowflake voice. Are you ready? Benji, stop that now. Far too much information. Besides, we've always got the... Stop. Snowflake time. Adrian. How very dare. You forgot that I lost 12 kilograms. I'm so upset. If you stood in front of me, Chris, you blocked me out. I'm so upset that I have to have some Weetabix. That's my snowflake voice. My complaining, moaning voice that the snowflakes do. I want to tell you what the nurse said to me yesterday in a minute. Jason, Roy Brownlow should be barred from the bingo. Nothing but trouble. Do you know what? I think you might be right there, Jason. I think you might be right. You might be right there. Ian Days, the jingle went ding, 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 dong, ding, ding, dong. No, that sounds a bit more like that Christmas song. Ding dong merrily and high, in heaven the bells are ringing, Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Yeah, Benjamin, you can only hope to be able to sing as good as that, can't you, my darling? Perhaps you'd like to come with me to midnight mass, my love. Oremus Deus quid orbital. We'll go to the proper one, the Latin midnight mass at the Brompton Oratory. I'd like to go to midnight mass there, actually. I'm tempted to do something a little bit different this Christmas Eve. I'm tempted to go to like a big church or cathedral for midnight mass. I've never done that. Never. My mate once went to St. Paul's Cathedral for midnight mass. He said you had to have tickets and everything. It was so busy. I might like to do that, Brompton Oratory, midnight mass. And I could go from there, up north, rather than being there at midnight mass. I mean, it's all right going to a little church or something for midnight mass, but just imagine being in a big cathedral with a choir and the organ, and maybe some of them with orchestras or little bands. That would be wicked. Anyone done that? Has anyone done that? Let me know where you went if you did. Benji's getting excited now, aren't you, Benji? I told you, Benji, you're looking in the wrong direction. I see some of your posts. Looking a little bit lonely that you haven't got anyone in your life. Perhaps you're looking in the wrong way, dear. You're looking at the wrong people. You don't want some young little camp little thing running around, dear. Going with other people behind your back. I wouldn't do such a thing like that. I would not. I'm a one-to-one person. Roy the boy, everything I do is self-taught. Yeah, me too. I think me too, really. Ben, you used to play the jingle after you introduced yourself. Something like, this is Chris Reardon. Oh, I know the one. Hang on a minute. I think I might have that here. Let's see if I can find this one. It's an old CMP Radio jingle, isn't it? Excuse me. Let's see if I can find this for you. Do you tell me if it's this one? Jingles old. Is it there? Nothing happening. Oh, there it goes. Is it this? Is it this one?
Chris Reardon live from the Mirrorball Studios all summer long. CMP.
That's not the one, is it? Is it this one?
More variety, more of the time.
Chris Reardon.
And CMP.
Was it that one? I think it might be that one. See, that's got CMP on it, so I couldn't use that really, because that station no longer exists. It was a little online station, actually, that was on 10, 11 years ago. Ross Patzelt was on it as well, and it was great fun. It was one of the first online radios, one of the very first internet radio stations, and I used to do a little show on there, and it was great fun. Absolutely great fun. I've been on a few different little internet stations. It's not a paid job or anything like that. It's just like a kind of, just like a bit of fun. Exactly what this program is, just a bit of fun, really. We don't do serious much of the time. And I used to play music and did a little bit of talk in between the music, and that was it. So was that the one? Ross was on it. Ross Patzelt was on it as well. And they were great. It was great fun. And it worked so well. The whole technical side of it worked really well. It was created by a bloke called Chris Moses. And he's got a software company and did all this stuff. And it still exists today in a different form. Reach on Air is the name of the station now. It's all the same software and all that. And that station exists now. And anyone can go on there and do a little radio show if they want to. I have been on several different internet radio stations. Offshore Music Radio was another one. They had really good jingles as well. Do you want to see if I can find one of those? Because I've just closed the blooming folder now. Where is it now? Offshore. Let's see if I can find Offshore. Offshore Music Radio. Is that one? This could be it. Is this it? Nothing happening.
The Chris Reardon Show on Offshore Music Radio.
Oh my God, that's my nephew. Oh my God, that's my nephew. Hang on a minute. Let me copy that and put that there. I'd completely forgotten I got that. I haven't heard that for years. There, Jimmy Butler. There we are. No, that's not a hit. This is the one, I think. Why doesn't that play? Oh, yeah.
Chris Reardon.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Hang on, where's the offshore one? Main Offshore. Is that it? Main Offshore opener. Try this.
Live from the Mirrorball Studio in Royal Berkshire. This is Chris Reardon.
See, I would talk over this bit here and welcome you to the show and all that business, and then it would go into this.
Playing the hits from the radio ships. Happy memories all day long on 24-hour. Offshore Music Radio.
Oh, we like old sun jingles like that. The jingles on the radio this day are so boring, aren't they? There's no happiness. There's a lot of, it's all very much talking at you all the time rather than a bit of happiness to make people happy. It really is. Anyway, I think it's probably one of those that you mean there, Ben. All right. Rachel, I can do anything better than you. Da 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 da. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, you that one. I know that song. Hello to Lyndall Kettleborough. Good morning, Linda. Going to Slimming World today. Good luck, Linda. Is it your first time? I don't know if it's your first time or not, but if you stick to the plan, it will work. Okay? Now and again, you might go up a little bit, but if you stick on the plan, long term, it will work for you. It works for everyone. I've not found anyone who's Slimming World who it hasn't worked for unless they haven't stuck to the plan. If you don't stick to the plan, these people go to Slimming World, right? And then they stop doing it. And then, oh, it doesn't work. I put the weight back on. Well, of course you have. What did you think would happen? You know, it's like me. I stopped doing it. The weight came back on. No, I have full praise for Slimming World, and I won't have anyone tell me, you know, that it doesn't work. Paul and Lou, Nicola Sturgeon, don't you mean Jimmy Cranky, Chris? No, I don't. Gang, can I just ask you to hold on with your messages now? I want to get to the end of the messages now, and then we'll do the raffle, all right, my loves? Otherwise, we'll never get those tickets out today. Good morning to... Oh, I've just jumped forward there. 1 second, my darlings. That jumped right forward there. Where are we now? We got to Benji. There's my Benji, my lovely Benji. He's good looking Benji, but a beautiful coloured skin. It's like a slight. It's like a. I don't know what colour you would call, like a dark olive skin. Beautiful colour he is. Hello to Yvonne Lemon. Good morning, Yvonne. Welcome to our show. Info Scuba Diving joining us quite late today. Hello to you. They've cancelled the refit. There you go. They've cancelled the refit of the South Bank. It's not going ahead now. No, I thought that was the case. That happened quite a long time ago, didn't it? Months ago, they decided to cancel that. They're not going to do it. So presumably they'll just carry on renting out the BBC, won't they? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Talk to my friend Ray Reynolds, you see, because we don't quite get when you see a sign come up on ITV saying a BBC production for ITV or an ITV production for Channel 4. It kind of doesn't make sense in my mind because that's the BBC and you think, why would they be making shows for ITV? The answer being, of course, because ITV are willing to pay for that show. And it kind of, in our minds, it doesn't quite make sense, but that's how it is now. And everything's changing all the time, isn't it? It really is. John's got his own backyard for when the sun comes out. Well, I hope you wear a mask to stop those breathing in that pollution, my dear. Is it? There's the troll. So there's the troll's messages. Good morning, troll. Let me have a look. Troll removed. Thank you, Paul and Lou. Let's get down there. Okay, I'll scroll down, all right? Oh! I got a date with Benji. At last, a date. It's been so long, Benji. I've been trying. Perhaps you just don't notice it there, you know, when I'm trying to chat someone up. Perhaps I'm not forceful enough. Is it the gypsies? They do that grab thing, don't they? The boys, when they fancy a girl, they literally just grab them and snog them. Maybe you should do that to me when you come to the karaoke, you know. Like that. I've got a long tongue. Like, Is that suitable? I can have it extended if it's not long enough. Apparently you can do that with plastic surgery. I might get my fat sucked out at the same time as that. Do you see the vicar on Christmas Eve? There's no vicar, dear. Priest, Jason. You made this mistake the other week. It's a priest. We don't have vicars in the Catholic Church, dear. Priests, dear. Priests. Vicar. God's sake. Ian's just looked at the Trolls channel. He's got a couple of videos just looking at the camera and not saying anything. Yeah, like a lot of them on you. There's some awful YouTube things. There's some really good stuff and there's also some awful ones. But, you know, it's just, for some people, it's like me. It's just basically a glorified hobby, isn't it? And we sit here and we enjoy and do it. It's like karaoke singers. Some people can't sing a blooming note. And some people are great singers, but it doesn't matter because it's karaoke, you know. It's karaoke, isn't it? Right, let's just scroll down a little. Please don't sing Christmas carols, John. I won't. It reminds me of being a choir boy in Scotland. Da 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 da. Ross, they do a midnight mass at the big Norwich Cathedral in the centre of Norwich. It's amazing. I went years ago, huge ceilings and a proper choir, and it's so loud. Candles everywhere. Norwich Cathedral, eh? Well, that wouldn't be too far from my sister, would it? Norwich Cathedral. I wonder if you need tickets for that. Let me write that down. Oh. Right. Now, who is this? I don't know. Oh, the Blackman number. Can you excuse me a moment? Hello? Hello, Courtney. Oh, yeah, great, thanks. Yes? Can you call me back in about, or I can ring you back actually in about half an hour or so? Oh, okay. Lovely. Okay, I'll just reply to the email. That's fine, yeah. All right, Courtney. Thanks, darling. Bye, love. Bye. That's all right. That's the estate agent. So I've got a tenant moving in and one moving out and one moving in, so we have to go through details and all that business. I'll do that later. You're more important than that phone call, believe me, dear. Paul and Lou are off to Lincoln tomorrow. A trip to Skegness and the Trawler's Catch. I can't remember if you've been there or not, actually. It's I love it in there. Trawler's Catch, decent sized portions and all that. Yes, and some very good looking lads working in there with their tight trousers on. Not that you'll be looking at that, Paul. Lou might, mightn't she? All right. Right. Ross is liking the old jingles. Like, let me try and keep up with you, and then we're going to do the raffle ticket shortly. Stand by. It was a guy talking, but he didn't mention CMP. Yeah, I think I played you a selection of jingles. It's got to be one of those. All right. Right. Okay. I think we'll scroll down there and we'll do. Right. Where's Retro Store? Hello. From our Cyprus Television Studio Complex, as my brother-in-law and my sister, Retro Store, are in the house. More importantly, when is the next show? People are desperate for your live shows, dear. I was going to stand in for you on Saturday, but sadly you didn't give me the details and your password to get in. I wonder how well that would go down. Me filling in on your Retro Store show. Can you just imagine people ringing in with DIY questions? I don't think it would happen. He's just sitting there in the background removing the trolls. I don't blame you. Retro Store in the house. Good morning to you. Yeah, Adrian, it did work for me at Slimming World. It does work. Slimming World works. Absolutely, it does. Good morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. She's had no internet all morning. Are you on 3, Claire? Someone was saying they had a problem with their 3 internet this morning. So maybe that's something there, I don't know. Slime Vloggers, hello. Hello, Slime Vloggers. Everyone's here, look. Isn't that marvellous? I think that's my niece, Slime Vloggers. Is it my niece, Slime Vloggers? I'm sure it is. Yvonne Lemon, we can't sing, can we, Rachel, in karaoke? Doesn't matter if you can't sing. Still come and have a go. That's what it's all about. Mick Davenport is very late this morning. He's had to take the dogs to the vet, so she couldn't walk. Oh, he's had his mobility car taken off him. They're saying I'm not disabled enough even though I use a walk. I hear this all the time now, Mick. Dreadful. They've taken his car off him. That's absolutely dreadful. I'm sorry to hear that, Mick. Really, really sorry to hear that. All right, sorry to hear that. Right, as I say, just hold on to your messages for a bit. Oh, okay, we're there. We're there, I think. Okay, we're there. Sorry, gang, I won't be able to, can't read them all because we're otherwise we can't move forward. Right, just a second. Once again, we haven't done any of the news stories at all. I don't know what my mate's doing. I've got nothing to do tonight. So where's those other two there? If my mate's not around tonight, then I don't think I'm doing anything tonight. Then I might fit in another show tonight from up here. Okay. So we'll see how that goes later. Just give me a second to pull out some tickets here. How many of you there? Oh gosh, we're going to be busy with these tickets today this morning, I think. Right, hang on. There we are. That should be enough. Put that there. Line them all up in front of me. Then I can do them quickly. You see. What's that? 61, 56. I think I need another little parcel of raffle tickets here. To be honest. Are you not doing it? Oh, but I think my sister and her husband. I think they're coming back tomorrow. Are you coming back tomorrow? Are you coming back tomorrow from Cyprus? I think it's tomorrow. I think they're back tomorrow. Okay. Right. Ooh. Right, let's stand by and... okay. Oh, hang on. That's jumping forward. Where are we now? Oh, where are we now? Okay, here come your tickets. Who wants a raffle ticket today? Rachel Wheatland. Remember Rachel? I know. Are you getting excited now? Rachel's getting excited now. I know, Rachel. No need to tell me. I already know. Of course I do it before. I don't just bring up the names and know. I research the programme. I've rehearsed the show 4 times last night. I sit here and I talk to myself for hours on end. You only see a little bit. Rachel, here we go with the raffle tickets. I put Richard for some reason. Rachel Wheatland. Here we go. Raffle tickets 354. Is anyone new to the show? If you're new to the show, you won't have a clue what's going on there, so I'll tell you after I've done them. But you want a raffle ticket, so just say tickets, please. Please only ask once for a raffle ticket. When I get to the end of the list, what I think is the end of the list, I'll say, did I miss anyone out? And if I have done, then speak then. Okay? If you're watching a recording of the show, you can get your raffle ticket by email. You can only have one raffle ticket per show, and you can only claim a raffle ticket up to the beginning of the next show. You can't backlog several days or weeks, as people try to do sometimes. So if you're watching a recording of the show, get your ticket by email. There's the email address there, all right? But if you've got one on the live show, don't ask for another one, because I will know, and you will be punished. There must be pain and suffering. And I will send round Mark Bowles and Sean Pye as a double punishment, and they will kick the hell out of you. And you will be stabbed and killed, and your body will be dumped in the River Thames. I'm sorry, we don't have any of that lefty liberalism here. We're not going to sit there and talk to people and say, oh, why did you do that? Oh, we need to understand what's wrong with your... No, you won't. You'll be shot, possibly in the head, kneeling down in the middle of the Trafalgar Square. You will be shot, and your body will be dumped in the Thames after being dismembered and placed into small plastic bags all over London. That is what will happen. Rachel, ticket number 354 for Rachel. Jason Hughes, ticket number 335. 355 for Jason Hughes. All right, Jason. Ben Rolfe, 356. Is that a bit harsh? Is there any of those jobs going at the electric chair place in Texas? I fancy having a go at that. I could do my show with someone actually being electrocuted behind me in one of those electric chairs. How do you think that would go down? I think that would get quite a lot of viewers. Do you? I'm terrible. Mark's not asking for a ticket. Oh, wait. Michael Lawrence. Thank you, Michael. Michael Lawrence. Thank you. Ticket number 357 for young Michael. Thank you, Michael. There's my niece, Tracy. See, the family have to ask as well for tickets. They don't. They go, oh, can I have a fridge? No, you can't. Yeah, but I'm your niece. Don't care. Has to be fair for everyone. Nobody jumps the queue. Like coming to my karaoke nights, nobody jumps the queue. Oh, but I'm a really good singer and my train's going in a minute. No, join the queue. Tracy Clifford, ticket number 358. Tracy's getting very excited now because I'm going to visit her. And when Uncle Chris comes to visit, then it's much better than even her mum and dad visiting. Absolutely. Absolutely. 358, Tracy. All right, darling. Just move down a little bit there. Where did we get to? Mark, Paul and Lou. Paul and Lou have been to Trawler's Catch, so you know that, right? John Aitken, 359, John Aitken. 359 for John Aitken. Carol and Dave, 350. Carol and Dave. Thank you. 350. Was that 350 or 360? 360, Carol and Dave. I beg your pardon. I'm getting the blooming numbers wrong here. 360, Carol and Dave. Paul and Lou, 361. Joanna, 362. Roy the Boy, 363. Joanna, did you send me your email address, your postal address yet, darling, for your badge? Don't forget to send that, darling, all right? Because I haven't got it yet. If you've sent it, it hasn't got to me, your postal address. I don't know why, darling. All right, 364 is... 363 is Roy the Boy. 364 is Diane Jebb. This is good fun, isn't it, doing this raffle? Adam the Plumber. Right, Adam, very quiet to say. Adam the Plumber, he's probably got his hand down someone's U-bend. 365 for you, Adam the Plumber. Mark Bowles, 366. BOW. Mark Bowles 366. How's Tina? Send her my love, darling. Little Tina, his little girlfriend, bless her heart. Moostron 367. That's Aaron. 367 for you. Michael Palman 368. 369 for Mick Davenport. 370 for Claire. Claire L. 370. Where's 371 gone then? Oh, I seem to have lost a strip of ticket. Oh, there they are. What was that? Claire L. 370. Tony King 371. The draw will be on Monday morning, gang. Monday morning, somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock, all right? I was saying 8:30, but we never seem to be here at 8:30, so the draw will be somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock on Monday morning, okay? On this, only on YouTube. Remember that, only on YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. You need to be on there on Monday morning and Sunday night if you're playing the bingo, because it won't be on Facebook, okay? 372 for Fran Green. There's Fran. Fran Green. Thank you, Fran. 373 for Mr. Ian Days. I'll have to go out and get some more tickets, I think. We're running out of tickets. There's a lot of these going out now. I think it's great fun doing this raffle. It really is. Sean Pye. I'll put you as Pie Sean today. I don't know why. I'll just put that on there. Sean Pye is 374. 375 for Kim McClelland. Thank you, Kim. McClelland. Sorry, you haven't asked for a ticket. Do you want one? Oh, well, you've got one now. 375. I don't usually give people put a ticket in unless someone says ticket please, or please can I have a ticket, or even just the word ticket is enough. You must say ticket, otherwise I don't know whether to give you one or not. All right. Hopefully Benjamin will say, can you give me one on Friday night, and I shall. Well, that's very bad for me to say that at that time of day. Hang on a minute, where's 375? Where have we gone now? I'm losing strips here. 370. Hang on, 375. 365. Where's that? 360. Where's the left? Oh, there it is. There's another. I keep tearing off two strips at the same time by accident somehow. 376. Where are we? Mark says even the regular viewers haven't got a clue what's going on. Well, you think I have? You think I've got a clue what's going on here? No idea. There's no script. There's no auto cue like some of those people with no personalities need on the telly these days, dear. They're completely lost without the auto cue. The auto cue is like the script that comes up in front of them, and they just read that. They can't talk themselves. Even Ant and Dec have got those. I never forget Ant and Dec. They were doing this show on a boat some time ago, months ago now, and the auto cue stopped working. Well, they had to go to adverts. They hadn't got a clue what to do. They didn't know what to do. They're just looking at each other, completely bemused. I can sit in it. I don't want a script. Thank you very much. Why would I want a script? How boring would that be? You lose something. You lose a little bit of something if you've got a script in front of you. I'm sorry you do. Different if you're reading the news, of course. You've got to read it straight face. And good morning and welcome to the news. The 9 o'clock news from... Oh, remember that jingle. It was the best news intro ever. It was the 9 o'clock news. I think it was the 80s. Da 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 ba 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 boom boom boom. The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Richard Baker. Ba 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 ba, and the headlines and all that business. Oh, that was great. The 9 o'clock news jingle in the 80s, BBC, and all these little bits of. It was all sort of course, there was no computers, I don't think. I think it was all like bits of coloured paper, and they were shooting, and it made up the word 9 o'clock news. Wonderful. We like music on the telly. My niece is telling me to get on with it. Adrian Richardson, 876. 876, Adrian Richardson. Let's have a look. Benji Brown is laughing. You won't be laughing, mate. Yeah, Roy Brownlow. 377 for you, Roy, okay? Adam's badge has arrived safely and has been added to my shrine. Adam's got a shrine for me. There's a little statue of me and he prays in front of it every day on his knees. John Aitken, what's the YouTube site again? My one, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. All right, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Make sure you're signed up to that. High Grade Gaming, thank you very much. Where are we now? Let's just turn these over because I can't remember who I've done and who I haven't now. I should just do the tickets without talking, really, I think. Thank you. High Grade Gaming, 378. Losing the plot. When are we going to have another quiz? Have we done a quiz before that? I can't even remember. Have we done a quiz? The trouble with quizzes, they can only be done for fun. You can't do them with prizes because people just look up the answers. You know, we can do one for fun, I suppose. I'll dig out a quiz somewhere, I suppose. But I think my brother-in-law does quizzes. Oh, not necessarily like 10 questions, but I think he like asks one. Oh yeah, that's it. He does guess what this is, and he shows a picture of something. For example, right, we could play that now. Well, I'm going to do this now. Just a moment. Right, just a moment. Okay, it's time for guess the thing. Can you guess what this is now? Can you guess what that is? And obviously, you know, that's my nose. But and he shows bits of something, and you have to guess what it is. And I think I think it's a sticker. I think he gives a sticker as a prize. I can't remember what it is now. All right. Yvonne Lemon. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just scroll back there. Oh, where are we going to have another quiz? Yes. I mentioned the Lincoln Stamp End flooding is still pretty bad. I don't know where that is, to be honest. I don't know where that is. Benjamin is thanking me for a great show. He's coming along on Friday the 1st of November. I'll get the place cleaned before you come round, Benji, all right? Glad you enjoyed the show, Benj. It's all about having a bit of a laugh here. And me trying to pick up as well. Stop it! This much fun should be illegal. Well, it's me or Philip and Ollie. Make your minds up. Who do you want? Oh, they're all a bit too serious sometimes. I know, Philip and Ollie. Yvonne Lemon. Thank you, Yvonne. Ticket number 379 for you, darling, all right? Oh, I'm as high as a kite now. It's like being at a rave at the 90s off my head. All I've had is tea and overnight oats. That's all I've had. And Joanna, please stop. Joanna, looks like we made it. Oh, Joanna wants more singing, don't you? You do, darling. Hello to Abdirak. Hello there, sir. Nice to see you there this morning, Abdirak. Just to let you know, we're moving shortly, Abdirak, onto YouTube only for the shows. So you need to subscribe to that, my friend. Okay, it's youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. I'm mentioning it more now because this is going to happen soon, all right? Already, the shows on Sunday and Monday will only be on YouTube this week, okay? So youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Roy says, I don't think Manilow looks happy about the clock above him. Well, he'll have to be. Nothing wrong with the clock above Barry. I mean, it's attracting you to that picture anyway, isn't it? Hey, I love that clock. If these things, we'll have to do a show where the flip things turn over. That's always an exciting moment. They're quite noisy when they turn over, funnily enough. Tony, can you stop talking, Chris? I don't think you can. No, why would I want to stop talking? Well, it's awful when I lose my voice. It's like, what's the point in living? You know, if I lose my voice, what is the point of living? Thank you. Rachel, Invisible Man. And John says, stop flirting. Who's flirting? Not me, dear. Ah, Dr. SOS Gregorian. That's nice. Dr. SOS Gregorian. 380. There you are. Okay, ticket lines are now closed. Has anyone been missed out? Please speak now. If I've missed out your name for the raffle ticket, please say something now. All right? What's the raffle for? It's for one of these. You get one of these. Okay? This is not the same as this. This is a super chat badge with a little photo of me on it. Okay? And it says underneath it, I'm a Chris Reardon super chatter. Right? That's the badge, which you get. You get one of those if you send a super chat. That is the raffle prize. This is a fridge magnet, and they are actually very good quality. These, I've got to say that, and the badges are as well. These are very, very good quality. So you get one of those and one of those if you win the raffle on Monday morning. Okay, the raffle is once a week on Monday morning. Tommy Flynn's just popped up there. Tommy Flynn, thank you, Tommy. 381, Tommy. 381 for Tommy Flynn. Okay, anyone else we've missed out? Then please let me know, and I'll read those out for you. I was going to tell you how the nurse visit went yesterday, while we're getting the final lot of tickets in there. So, yes, I went to visit the nurse yesterday for one of those MOTs, and she did my blood pressure, very good. Heart rate, very good. She took some blood, so they look at cholesterol level. Last time my cholesterol was 4 point something. She said that's very, very good. That's perfect. Blood, all okay. This, that, and the other. They look for something else in the blood other than cholesterol. I can't remember what the other thing was. Tommy might know because he's a professional nurse. Tommy, I can't remember what the other thing was, to be honest. No, perhaps Tommy, maybe you know what else they're looking for. This is for the MOT for the over 40s or the over 45s or something like that. I get that message every year and I go down. So I went down there, and she's all well and nice, and she's looking me up on the thing. I said, oh, you know I've got this. Yeah, I can see that. Fine, that's all right. And then she said, okay, if you just step on the scales. Oh, God. So I stepped on the scales. She said, well, you could lose a little bit of weight. So I said, okay, how much weight should I need to lose? She said, about 2 stone. 2 stone? 2 stone, which funnily enough, is the same weight I lost last time at Slimming World. It's the same weight. Blooming cheeky cow. There she was sitting there, little blonde millennial thing, you know, skinny, about 20 years old. Oh, you could lose 2 stone. Rude. Anyway, so that was it. So she's entering all this stuff into her computer. She says, right, pushes a button, and she says, right, this is not to frighten you or anything out. This is to just let us know if you need to make any lifestyle changes. She's asked what I eat as a vegetarian. Did you eat any meat at all? No. Types this into the machine. She said, what have you had for breakfast and dinner yesterday? And so I tell her, she's typing all this in. And she pushes this button. She says, right. She says, well, the good news is you got an 8% chance, 8% chance of dying from either a heart attack, a stroke, or something else. What was the other? Oh, cancer. Or diabetes. 8%. And I don't think that was out of 100. I think that was out of 1,000. So that's not bad, is it? She was very pleased with the swimming and all that. But then she said, you could lose a couple of stone. My BMI was 28. Sounds about right, 28 something. I think she said the BMI was 28, so she's doing all this calculation, all in kilos. Oh, what's that? I know what a kilo is. What's that in stone? Out comes the calculator. She's about 2 stone, just over 2 stone. Anyway, so I came out of there feeling very strange. In one way, elated, and in one way, quite down after telling me that I should lose 2 stone. So I then went into the newsagent to get some more stamps to send off your badges and things like that, right? And there's a little old lady, little fat old lady working behind the counter. And I said, can I have some stamps? All right, love. She talks like that. You're right, love. This isn't the newsagent. I said, yeah, you got some stamps, please? Yeah, how many do you want, love? I said, I'll have a book. I said, about 12 in there? Yeah, that's all right. And so I bought these stamps. I said, I've just been in the doctor's. She said, oh, yeah. I said, well, I had one of these MOTs. She said, oh, I know. I said, the nurse the nurse in there. I called her the doctor. The doctor told me to lose 2 stone. She said, 2 stone? From where? She said, I hope you told her to F off. That's what she said, this little old lady, weren't you? Little tubby thing she was. And I laughed at her. We were having a laugh. And then I just glanced down and they've got Cadbury's chocolate. 30% less sugar. And I said to her, have you tried any of that chocolate down here? She said, what they got down there? What is that one? I said, 30% less sugar. She said, you must be effing joking. She said, I want the full fat one, otherwise I don't want any. And I came out of there. I felt a bit better with myself after I spoke to her. Let's just scroll down here. Let's just go back a little bit. We're going to do the birthdays in a second, boys and girls. Okay, SOS Gregorian. If anyone tips you £500 plus in any given week, you should give them a special Brexit United Kingdom talk badge. We don't do Brexit on here. I don't know if they're going to come out or not, really. It's just whatever will be, will be. Joanna, whatever will be, will be. The truth is not as you see. Que sera, sera. Doris Day, dear. Doris Day. Did you want the whole song, Joanna? With verses and chorus? No? Okay, please yourself then. Jason, in other words, she's calling you a little tubby. Is that abuse there? Where's Paul and Lou? Is that abuse? Paul and Lou? Jason Hughes is insulting me. Keep an eye on that one. We're watching your abuse today. You will have to be blocked shortly, Jason. Little tubby? Pardon? Little tubby? He's the same as Roy Browno. It's the same as a pallet load of sugar. Hardly a pallet load. Is it? 2 stone? Well, it could be. How much is 2 stone? That's quite heavy, isn't it? Came out the doctors and bought a bar of chocolate, comfort eating. Lose a couple of stone where? That's what she said. She's like, where? Blooming cheek. Oh, dear. Right, okay, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. It's birthday time here on the Chris Reardon Show, and we've got 4 today. Guess who's at the top of my birthday list? Go on, have a rough stab in the dark. Any idea? That's twice we talked about stabbing today. I did say I wasn't going to do anything serious. Just a minute, I've lost my birthday music. Where is it? There it is. Hang on, let me just get these little tickets out of the way. Right, anyone who didn't get a raffle ticket, email in now. And I'll send you over the number by email. Okay, happy birthday. Let me just do a different camera angle. Oh, we can do... Cameras all over the... Oh, hello, come here. Yeah, a little bit off centre. Happy birthday. Who is at the top of my birthday list this morning? Oh, it's Rachel Wheatland, who's been with us all morning. She's been patiently waiting for me to sing to her personally this morning, haven't you, Rachel? Happy birthday to Rachel today. 48 years old today. Is that a little bear you've got there, Rachel? Let me have a close look at that picture. One moment, please. What is that? Is that a dog or a bear? What is that? Is that your little dog? Isn't it well looked after? And she's wearing her Wonder Woman costume. Wonder Woman, la da 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 da. Pew, pew, pew. Wonder Woman, Rachel. Today it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Rachel. She's with us every morning there, patiently sitting there, waiting for me to say anything at all of interest. Happy birthday, Rachel. All right. Happy birthday today, 24 to Hans. Hans Roback, I think that's, not Robach or Roback, I think it is. Hans used to work at the Royal Albert Hall. He's the lad who managed to get me tickets for last night at the proms the year before last. The year before, was it last year or this year? Last year. We went last year to the last night of the proms. We were so lucky. So lucky. And Hans managed to get me some staff tickets. So I will always be indebted to you for that, for Hans. Thank you very much. All right. Happy birthday, Hans. 24 years old today. Crystal Titch Mays. Good morning to you. Happy birthday to Crystal. And Joanna Josephus. Josephus today is a very, very young 55 years old. So happy birthday, boys and girls. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. Here it is. Come back here. There we are. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. All right? Oh, Rachel, I can't say especially you, Rachel. They'll all get upset. But especially you, Rachel. Happy birthday, boys and girls, okay? Yeah, look, people sending you little birthday cakes. Isn't that nice? Don't eat them all. You'll have to go Slimmer's World, same as me then, my love. You don't need to go. Benji, upset that the show will not be on Facebook anymore. I may only be nearly 32, but don't use YouTube. It's ever so easy. Go on, it's really easy. Just type in youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK and you'll see it there. All right, my darling. I'll always put a link up there. All right. It's ever so easy to work. You need to sign up for an account, of course. That's quite easy. And I don't believe you can do that, Benji. When you come here on Friday, what is it, the 1st of November, when you come here, we will sit in this office and I will teach you YouTube. I mean, you don't get a better offer than that, do you? Come on, be honest. Be honest. That's after Mark's left. Tommy is wishing Rachel happy birthday. Good morning to Dukey, Chrissy boy. Morning, Chris. Morning, Dukey. Sitting there, topless, watching me again, aren't you? Keep your hands above that table, you naughty boy. Look, everyone's wishing you happy birthday there. Isn't that lovely? All right, that's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I've had a scream with you this morning. I can't believe it's 11:30. Nearly time to do lunch. I feel like I've just had breakfast, but I've got to do my fairy lights as well. I'm putting fairy lights up around my fence. You see all this preparation I'm doing for visitors. Thank you very much, Tony. People thanking me for the show there. Thank you very much. Hopefully be with you again around about the same time tomorrow morning. Maybe tonight. If I'm around tonight, that also will only be on YouTube tonight, okay? So make sure you subscribe. But I'm not sure whether I will be here or not tonight. Depends what my mate's doing. That'll be fine. Okay, thanks for watching and listening, gang. I'll see you again very soon. Have a lovely Wednesday. Bye-bye now.